In the wild, the eagle drops from the open sky with the precision of an arrow. Every descent is guided by exceptional vision, remarkable speed, and highly refined hunting instinct. A prey animal that hesitates for even a brief moment may lose its only chance to escape. Even other predators remain cautious when the eagle takes command of the air. What gives this hunter its place among the most formidable aerial predators in the natural world? Eagles rank among the apex birds of prey across many of the world's wild ecosystems. With more than 65 species, they inhabit high mountains, dense forests, open grasslands, and river valleys. Exceptional vision, powerful wings, and sharply curved talons establish them as dominant hunters of the sky. Every dive reflects more than raw strength. It is a precise combination of speed, timing, and calculation. Within natural ecosystems, eagles also stand as enduring symbols of freedom, power, and ecological balance. In the South American rainforest, life unfolds not only across the forest floor, but through towering layers of canopy. Weighing around 26 pounds, monkeys move like small shadows among the branches, using long arms, flexible tails, and quick reflexes to avoid danger. At those heights, they benefit from countless escape routes, dense cover, and the vigilance of a group ready to signal danger at any moment. But above the canopy, the harpy eagle reads movement in a different way. With vision estimated to be about 5 times sharper than a human's, it does not chase confusion. Instead, it waits for the rhythm of the group to break. When one individual becomes distracted and drifts from the alert pattern of the troop, the eagle uses its short, broad wings to glide through narrow gaps between the trees. The descent is swift, controlled, and remarkably precise. Before a warning can spread through the canopy, the harpy eagle has already taken control of the encounter. Monkeys are not its only prey. When hunting sloths, the pace changes completely. The encounter becomes slower, quieter, and almost silent. The harpy studies the slow-moving animal through layers of leaves, waiting until it exposes itself along an open branch. Even the smallest opening can be enough for one carefully timed approach, followed by a return to the nest, carrying a valuable source of food. Deep within the rainforest, the ruler of the sky is not simply the one that flies the highest. It is the one capable of turning even the smallest opening into an opportunity for survival. On sheer cliff faces, every step becomes a test of survival. Mountain goats are masters of rugged terrain, using split hooves to grip ledges only a few inches wide. Their sturdy bodies often weigh more than 60 pounds, around 5 times the weight of an eagle, making fully grown individuals exceptionally difficult to challenge. But for the eagle, the cliff is not an obstacle. It becomes a proving ground for a hunter that knows how to turn elevation into an advantage. Riding the cold air currents above the bird quietly studies every movement below. It does not rush the attack. Instead, it waits for a misplaced step, a slight loss of balance, or a young goat drifting too far from its mother. When the opportunity arrives, the wings fold and the eagle drops along the slope like a living arrow. With a carefully timed approach, it does not need to lift its target. Instead, it uses momentum to disrupt the footing of the young goat. Once balance is lost, the cliff no longer serves as protection, but becomes an ally of the hunter. The encounter concludes as the eagle gains complete control through exceptional precision. Each successful strike provides enough energy to sustain the eagle for days, helping offset many unsuccessful attempts. In the high mountains, victory does not belong to the heavier animal, but to the one that understands the smallest mistake made by its prey. A fox is a small, yet highly cunning predator. An adult typically measures close to 8 feet in length, with sharp, hearing-quick reflexes, and a constant habit of checking its surroundings before stopping. For many hunters, it remains a difficult target to overcome through speed alone. For the eagle, this encounter depends more on strategy than raw strength. The fox uses low brush, rocky crevices, and gentle rises in the terrain to interrupt the line of sight from above. Rather than diving at the first opportunity, the eagle maintains a wide circling pattern, riding the air currents, while waiting for the moment the fox leaves cover or becomes focused on movement below. When that opening finally appears, the descent follows a clean, controlled line from the sky. A delay of even half a second allows the fox to slip into a rocky crevice and move beyond reach. But when the approach angle is exact, the margin of safety disappears almost instantly. Across this rugged terrain, the eagle does not rely on speed alone. It combines patience, angle, and precise timing, turning a clever predator into the hunted. Across the African savanna, the martial eagle commands the sky as one of its most powerful hunters. With a wingspan exceeding 12 feet and a weight close to 16 pounds, it possesses not only impressive strength, but also extraordinary precision in observation. Across the open landscape, every shift in the wind and every subtle movement below can become a signal that shapes survival. Here, a herd of Thompson's gazelles moves constantly to preserve a safe distance. An adult can sprint at around 56 miles per hour, turning every hunt into a high-risk challenge. But within the moving formation, one young gazelle with an unsteady stride slips slightly out of rhythm. That brief weakness is all the opportunity the eagle needs. In an instant, the eagle folds its wings and dives along a steep angle, slicing cleanly through the air. There is no official measurement for the force of its impact, but the pressure of the attack is enough to disrupt the young gazelle's stride. Every movement is controlled, calculated, and timed with remarkable precision. Yet the savanna always carries unexpected variables. The mother rushes forward to shield her offspring, trying to draw the hunter's attention away. But the decisive moment has already passed. The eagle has selected the exact angle of approach, the right target, and the perfect instant to break the rhythm of the herd. As the grass continues to tremble, it lifts away with its reward. Across the savanna, true intelligence lies in turning a fleeting second into success. Across open grasslands, the rabbit remains a small but essential link within the ecosystem. It feeds on fresh grass, stays constantly on the move, and serves as an important food source for many predators. To survive, it depends on speeds of around 46 miles per hour, leaps approaching 12 feet, and sudden, unpredictable changes in direction. From high above, the eagle's amber eyes can detect a rabbit-sized target from several miles away. But spotting prey has never guaranteed success. Every low bush, small rise in the ground, and sharp zigzag movement can disrupt the angle of attack. That is why the eagle waits patiently for the right opportunity instead of diving too soon. When the opening appears, the eagle folds its wings, drops in altitude, and descends along a short, direct path. The rabbit launches forward, changing direction again and again, while trying to preserve its final margin of safety. Within only a few seconds, speed, instinct, and reflexes converge into one decisive moment. With a hunting success rate of under 30% against rabbits, the eagle does not always prevail. That alone shows the rabbit is far from defenseless. Across the grasslands, every encounter plays a role in maintaining the balance between predator and prey. Across the dry grasslands and low thorn bushes of Africa, the brown snake eagle creates pressure without needing any display. It often chooses a quiet high perch, observing the ground, like a living map. For this species, every subtle track across the soil and every unusual stillness can signal an opportunity for survival. A venomous snake, nearly 12 feet long, is enough to turn any misstep into serious danger, as its neurotoxic venom can make a predator pay a heavy price. But the brown snake eagle is built for exactly this kind of encounter. To approach such dangerous prey, it relies on legs covered in thick scales, forming a natural layer of protection. Combined with a careful strategy of distance control, the eagle does not rush in. It tests reactions again and again, causing the snake to lose its advantage and struggle to maintain a defensive position. When the moment is right, the brown snake eagle delivers a decisive move. Its precision in controlling distance allows it to face danger while reducing risk. Over many hunts, a diet centered on snakes has shaped this eagle into a specialist of arid landscapes. Along rocky coastlines, some sea eagles take advantage of moments when sea snakes surface near the water or rest on warm rocks. The environment changes, but the principle remains the same. Read the movement before the opportunity disappears. This becomes clear evidence of the remarkable adaptability of eagles in the wild. A single downward sweep is enough to break the calm below. The target loses its rhythm, and even other hunters are forced to hesitate. With wings drawn tight and talons prepared, every movement reflects complete control of the moment. In a split second, the sky itself reshapes the balance of survival. Which bird truly stands as the most formidable predator on the planet? In the natural world, birds stand among the most versatile hunters. More than 12,000 species have adapted to nearly every habitat through remarkable evolution. From sky-dominating specialists to ground-level tacticians, they carry biological tools refined for decisive results. It is an ecological order unfolding with precision, guided by every wing beat and every perfectly timed strike. The shoebill appears like a living relic from prehistoric times, standing close to 6 feet tall with a wingspan of nearly 10 feet. This bird does not dominate through speed, but through a cold and unwavering stillness that never loses rhythm. Its hunting method is a demanding test of endurance. It can remain completely motionless for hours, blending into the reeds like a silent gray figure. When a target lowers its guard, the entire body suddenly surges forward in a rapid downward strike. A beak nearly 2 feet long cuts into the water, securing the target with precise mechanical timing. All of this sustained effort serves a single purpose: continuation of the species. Although it may lay up to 3 eggs, the shoebill usually raises only 1 chick through the full breeding cycle. The protein gained from these persistent hunts becomes a critical foundation, allowing the next generation to develop and ensuring this prehistoric-looking bird continues to hold its place within the harsh wetlands. High above the frozen peaks of the Rockies, a silent presence watches. This is the domain of the eagle, an enduring symbol of natural authority, with a wingspan exceeding 8 feet and vision up to 8 times sharper than that of a human. It does more than identify a target from thousands of feet above. It maps the entire landscape of survival. Riding thermal currents, it glides with quiet precision and steady control. Even a lone wolf or a swift fox can become vulnerable against a hunter capable of reading reactions within fractions of a second. Along steep cliff faces, the encounter reaches its highest tension. The eagle commits to a high-risk move, engaging mountain goats that can outweigh its body several times over. Rather than depending on raw force, it turns gravity and steep terrain into decisive advantages, using elevation as its greatest tool. Meanwhile, the bald eagle dominates open water with an impressive success rate of around 80%. Each dive reflects careful calculation, accounting for light refraction and shifting water movement. At the narrow edge of survival, the eagle's dominance is shaped not only by strength, but by the refined intelligence of a master adapter.
Il a pété un bébé? Oui.
Oh no, feel it. Oh, that's terrible.
C'est grave, on vient d'assister à un kidnapping, Hélène.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Ils ont perdu un membre.
As twilight sinks into the darkness, an unseen kingdom begins to awaken. At its peak stands the owl, an alert phantom capable of rotating its head up to 280 degrees to observe its entire domain. Unlike pigeons or hawks, Owls possess velvet-like feathers and finely serrated wing structures that nearly eliminate aerodynamic sound, turning every wing beat into a silent movement of survival. Across distant grasslands, a barn owl hangs motionless in the air. Even from more than 110 yards away, its asymmetrical ears can isolate the faint rustling of a target beneath thick snow. Then comes a lightning-fast descent at roughly 35 miles per hour. The target remains completely unaware until powerful talons close in and secure it with remarkable precision. Its diet reflects a demanding balance. A single owl may consume thousands of small rodents, voles or amphibians, each year to maintain energy. No display, no trace. The owl proves that the greatest advantage is not raw muscle, but the ability to command silence itself. In nature, size can sometimes be a misleading measure. A relatively small hawk can challenge an opponent standing nearly 5 feet tall, turning physical difference into a high-risk test of survival. While the wedge-tailed eagle relies on a wingspan exceeding 8 feet and raw strength to dominate, the hawk places its advantage in boldness and exceptional speed, turning its opponent's size into a disadvantage. That precision is most visible in the red-tailed hawk. Once a target is locked in, the hunter begins a steep dive at speeds exceeding 120 miles per hour, turning its body into a high-speed aerial predator cutting through the air. From rodents and reptiles to amphibians, its very diet is not only about feeding. It helps maintain the delicate balance of an entire ecosystem. In the Sonoran Desert, Harris's hawk pushes strategy even further. They operate as a coordinated aerial unit, closing in on agile jackrabbits with remarkable teamwork. While one drives the target forward, others immediately block escape routes from above, forming a precise pincer movement that brings the pursuit to a decisive conclusion.
Oh, okay. I confirm that doesn't actually break the skin. Ow.
Just keep going.
Yeah. Ow. Yeah. Yep, this is the damage it does.
That's why I did not want to talk to her.
Across the sunlit grasslands, stretching from South America to the southern reaches of North America, the caracara appears as a highly practical frontier strategist. With a wingspan of about 6 feet and long, agile legs, it does not rely on flight alone, but is also prepared to walk directly into the center of chaos to gain control. In the Falkland Islands, the tension rises when a group of striated caracaras spots a seal pup alone. Rather than rushing forward blindly, they form a coordinated group approach, advancing with direct and calculated pressure. Just as the circle begins to tighten, the arrival of the mother seal, weighing hundreds of pounds, turns the situation into a tense confrontation, forcing the birds to withdraw at the last moment to preserve energy. From clearing remains to high-speed pursuit, the caracara maintains a varied diet across territories spanning many square miles. But under harsh conditions, it reveals itself as a natural strategist. A full-scale challenge unfolds where collective intelligence overcomes solitary strength. In the world of the caracara, power is not an inherited privilege, but a reward claimed by those willing to face adversity with persistence and tireless wings. Evolution sometimes produces forms that seem almost unreal. The American white pelican, with a massive 12-foot wingspan and a long, powerful bill, carries within it a hunting system shaped with remarkable precision. Its hidden advantage lies in the throat pouch, capable of holding up to 3.6 gallons, an organic net nearly 3 times larger than its stomach, turning the bill into an unusually efficient feeding chamber. When hunting, pelicans align in formation like a coordinated unit, quietly driving targets toward their open bills. A controlled surge begins as they scoop up dozens of pounds of water along with fish into this moving reservoir. Their survival instincts also extend onto land, where these large birds can use a 16-inch bill to firmly secure pigeons weighing close to 2 pounds in a brief and decisive moment. Under harsher conditions, this instinct extends even further. When food becomes limited or nesting areas grow crowded, pelicans may target vulnerable young within dense colonies. This behavior reflects a strategy aimed at reducing competition while gaining immediate nutritional support for survival. In the natural world, the line between abundance and vulnerability is often only a breath apart. While filtering water to retain their catch, pelicans temporarily lose part of their responsiveness. In a brief lapse, the hunter can enter the awareness of a marsh-dwelling crocodile waiting below, a moment where dominance in the sky gives way to the silent presence of the water beneath.
Get in here! Teddy! Sorry. Oakley.
Across the sun-scorched plains of Africa, the Marabou stork appears as a highly practical, almost ghost-like presence. With a wingspan reaching up to 12 feet and a height of nearly 6 feet, it is not only a scavenger, but also a formidable opportunistic hunter. Its most distinctive tool is a chisel-like bill over 13 inches long, capable of delivering fast and precise contact. In wetland habitats, the marabou applies a refined, tactile hunting method. It keeps its partially open bill submerged, patiently waiting for the faintest vibrations from fish or crustaceans before snapping shut with lightning speed. Its survival instincts can make it a dominant presence across open terrain, where it may target vulnerable young animals or take control of feeding opportunities. The marabou does not hesitate to confront and drive away other birds of prey, including eagles and hawks, to secure access to food. At the edge of survival, the marabou succeeds not through appearance, but through the adaptive intelligence of a true opportunist. On the grasslands, coyotes gain their advantage through pack coordination, agile bodies, and strong jaws capable of handling many kinds of prey. They move constantly across the terrain, taking advantage of nearly every available food source. Only when food becomes limited and a young coyote drifts away from the group does the eagle find an opening to approach from above. At the moment of attack, the eagle drops in a forceful dive, turning its broad vision and aerial position into an immediate advantage. The strike is carefully controlled to avoid the opponent's jaws while keeping dominance from the air. In many cases, the encounter ends quickly before those on the ground can react in time. Still, there are many situations where adult coyotes respond aggressively enough to force the eagle back into the sky, avoiding a direct confrontation. Both predators understand their own limits and recognize when retreat is necessary to preserve energy for another opportunity. This reveals that, in the struggle between sky and ground, there is no absolute ruler. Only survivors that understand their boundaries and know the right moment to advance or pull back endure within the wild. Across the open grasslands of Australia, the kangaroo stands as a symbol of endurance and physical strength. Supported by extremely powerful hind legs and a thick balancing tail, it can weigh more than 120 pounds, far heavier than a fully grown eagle. In a direct confrontation, a kick from those hind legs is enough to force almost any predator into caution. For an eagle, this is not an ordinary target, but a difficult test between sky and ground. The encounter begins when the first eagle dives low, attempting a sudden impact to push the kangaroo off balance. But the kangaroo does not lose control easily. It reacts almost instantly, forcing the attacker to climb back into the air before maintaining any advantage. In rare cases, 2 or even 3 eagles coordinate their attacks, taking turns diving from separate angles. Even so, the major difference in weight and the kangaroo's stable position on the ground prevent the birds from controlling the opponent long enough to gain a decisive advantage. The confrontation ends without a clear loser, yet it leaves behind an important message. Not every strike is made to secure a catch. Sometimes the real value comes from testing limits and understanding the boundaries that must be respected in nature. After the encounter, the landscape settles into silence once again, as though nothing had disturbed it. But for the prey below the sky, no longer feels like an empty and harmless space. The eagle proves that true power comes not from constant action, but from choosing the precise moment to strike. In the wild, survival depends not only on speed, but also on the ability to see in the right direction. Be sure to like and subscribe for more unforgettable moments from the natural world.